Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for today's Lunch and Learn. We have a great 30 minutes lined up for you. Before I get started, a reminder, this is being recorded and will be made available on community.franchise.org later this afternoon. As well as if you have any questions for our speaker today, please make sure to drop them in the chat box below and he'll get to them at the end. So today's topic is Supercharge Your Franchisees, How to Make Digital Training Work. It is brought to us by ExpandShare, our great sponsor for today. And with ExpandShare, we have Eric Harsh, CEO and co-founder. Eric, I'm going to kick it over to you now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Harsh, and as Caitlin mentioned, I am CEO and co-founder of a company called ExpandShare. We've been in business since 2008, providing digital training for almost 14 years now. We are most recently focused on restaurants, but work with companies in many industries like manufacturing, healthcare, and retail. Prior to this company, before online training existed, my business partner and I had an in-person training company that worked with national franchise brands like Kinko's, Fast Signs, and Sir Speedy. Over the 25 years, through both companies, we've had the opportunity to collaborate and learn from some of the best training experts from various industries and business sizes. We've seen and helped companies find ways to effectively use digital training as a weapon to grow their business, while others get stuck in the rut of digital training as a burden and nothing more. Our goal today is to keep you out of that rut. So when you get to a point that you want to franchise your business, something is clearly going right. You've most likely found a formula that works. You've built a good team. Customers are happy. Business is profitable. Now you just have to replicate it, right? But this duplication is like the telephone game. Remember the telephone game as a kid where the message that you're originally trying to convey gets changed the more people get in line? This is what happens when other people, franchisees, try to replicate your brand. And the dilution accelerates even more as they add staff. Over time, local store managers and shift leaders often develop their own way of doing things that become the local standard if left unguided. The key to preventing this is digital training. So there are 4 primary topics that you need to teach everyone that represents your brand to maintain your standards. First, teach culture. It's always good to start with the why. You want to teach the spirit of your brand, the history, the mission, the values of the company. Make them proud of where they now work. Second, teach customer experience. Teach them how you want your customers treated, the steps of service at the table or the front counter of your shop, how you greet customers at the door, how you make suggestions. And as part of customer experience, teach them about the products they are representing. This includes being able to describe the products fluently, recommend products, and answer the most common questions that a customer is going to ask. Finally, teach them about the process. How do you want them to make the product or provide the service to your standard? So to do this at any scale, you need digital training. You can implement in which can be implemented in a lot of different ways. Some good, some really bad. So for instance, a benefit of digital training system is that courses can be made of essentially anything that's digital. However, the problem with a digital training system is that courses can be made of anything digital. We regularly see courses made of PowerPoint slides, Word documents, and links of websites to go read. So our first pillar of effective digital coursework, particularly for key subject matter, use video. It's the age of YouTube, social and social media. We like to watch videos, but not any videos. No one wants to watch a pre-recorded 3-hour Zoom meeting. They won't do it. I mean, it's boring. In fact, the people that were in the meeting live probably weren't paying attention. So make videos, keep them super short, and focus on the key learning objectives that you want to teach. And be on brand. Make it look good, make it sound good, and match the style of your business. It will help with the culture and the pride people take in working for your brand. As I'm sure you know, people learn in different ways. Some people learn by simply watching, some by listening, and others by reading. With digital training, we can include all three of those learning styles in one video. So when you see training videos with great imagery, voiceover, narration, and on-screen text, it's that way for a reason, not just to look cool. It's covering three different learning modalities at the same time, which maximizes retention and engagement for the learner. That's what we call leading with learning videos. For our third pillar, we want to make sure learners remember the stuff that we're teaching. A great way to do this is to have them do something as part of the course. For instance, maybe in a customer experience course, we taught about the 7 steps of service that you feel are crucial to your brand. Well, great. Have them do an exercise that they must put those steps of service in the right order. They will remember those steps better, I promise. Lastly, use interactive exercises to teach important processes. If you're a burger shop and you teach, and in the coursework, you teach the process of making your burgers, have them do a basic one virtually before they ever step into the kitchen. It will reduce the in-person training time significantly. The final pillar is to verify it's sticking. For instance, at the end of a course, test your learners, verify that they get it at the most basic level. Incorporate trainer checks like observations, a trainer observing someone doing something as part of the coursework. This will verify that they not only learned it, but are able to actually do it correctly. And for your own sanity as a franchisor, check in on your franchisees. Have a consistent checklist where you audit every location on the brand standards on a regular schedule. So to review, the 4 pillars of effective coursework. 1, use video, no death by PowerPoint. 2, lead with learning. Make videos that prioritize various learning styles. 3, be interactive. Have them do it. Ask them quick quiz questions. Do something that makes them do more than just watching a video. And 4, verify it. Test them, observe them, and observe your franchisees. So building good training isn't cheap. It takes both time and money. But as you scale, it's essential to maintaining your brand standard. It will help provide a consistent customer experience across every location, which will improve customer feedback and loyalty. The staff will be more confident in what they do, which will make them feel better about where they work, which will improve morale. And in these times, it's never more important to showcase your investment you're making in your employees when recruiting. So, how to get started? If you're ready to get started, begin by asking your existing team some questions about what they experienced. For instance, where is the pain that they're having? Do they like the current training tools that you're providing? Is it in an organized way? Does it prepare them for their job? Are you focusing? Is the coursework focusing on the customers? Are there glaring areas that they had to learn on the fly that you just simply didn't have training for? There are lots of questions you might want to ask. And if you opted in to receive an email from the webinar, we've got a set of survey questions as a template that you can provide out to your team. Step 2, focus on effective coursework. There are, I'm sure you'll find in whatever industry you're in, there are courses that you can simply buy. Use them. For instance, in the restaurant industry, knife skills, food safety skills, how to table service, beer and wine 101. In the sign industry, how to wrap a vehicle, how to make a banner. See what's out there and use them. But the rest of the coursework that you really want to invest in should be about your brand. That means your culture, your product, and your process. Step 3, choose the right learning software. Find one that supports the 4 pillars that we discussed. Find one that supports video. Find one that supports interactive learning tools. Find one that allows you to test your team. Find one that allows you to check and observe your team. You need to be able to see how training is working across any level of your organization as you scale, which means that you should be able to look at the training report of an individual, of a role in your company. You should be able to look at it by the location. You should be able to look at it by the area or the region as you start to get into 50 to 100 locations. Find software that integrates with other staffing tools. So for instance, if you have a scheduling app or a point of sale system, there is a system of record of those users from, maybe it's even in payroll that you can integrate in and make it that much easier for a user. Find software that's mobile. This is the primary computer that people are using these days. It has to be on their phone. Don't send them back to the back closet and have them learn on some single laptop. Make it so it's accessible when they need it. And beware, there's lots of them, and most of them don't help people learn. That's why we made our own, and that's why we're giving this webinar. And maybe that's my one plug for this software for us, because we've been doing this a long time. So, okay. Questions?
Oh. I have questions. Here we go. I don't see anything here in the chat. Does anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask?
Has anyone had already tried to implement a learning system and struggled in some way?
All right. Well, Caitlin, I think it's back to you. Thanks everybody for coming.
All right, great. Well, thank you all so much. This was great to learn. And of course, like they said, if you guys have any other questions for ExpandShare at any time, please reach out to them, let them know, or we can facilitate the conversation as well. Eric, thank you so much again. Oh, yep, as well, right here. And again, this PowerPoint will be PDF'd on the community.franchise.org site, so you'll have access to it there as well. But Eric, thank you so much again. ExpandShare, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for everyone dropping in the thank yous here to the chat, and for everybody attending and taking time to further your education here with IFA and hear what ExpandShare has to say. So Eric, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Margaret as well, off camera there.
Thank you.
Everybody enjoy. Thank you all so much for attending. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.